to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Burt's Bees Goodness Glows foundation, and I'm so excited because I saw on TV a couple of weeks ago that Burt's Bees had just come out with a whole makeup line. They've always had skincare stuff and they've had lip products, but this is like a full-on line. Like, they have their own section in the drugstore, just like Maybelline and Revlon and all the other brands do. And they have foundations now, they have powders, they have blushes, they have bronzers, they have eyeshadow palettes, they have everything. So I was really excited when I saw it in my CVS the other day, and I picked up the foundation because I really wanted to try it out and see if it was good. This is the shade number 10, Ivory, and I think this is the second to last lightest shade, and I'm really pale, so I was kind of hesitant about buying this because usually drugstore foundations don't look good on me because a lot of them are usually too orange or too yellow or too pink, and they just never perfectly match my skin tone, so I usually avoid them because of that. But I decided to just go for it because I figured if it didn't match I could just return it, and I really wanted to review it and just tell you guys how it is and how it looks on the skin and how it wears and everything. And as you can tell, it matches my skin and it looks really good, so that's a positive. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a live demo of me applying it and telling you some of my thoughts as I'm putting it on for the first time, and then I'm going to go into the review after that. So let's go ahead and get into the demo part and you guys can see me putting it on. Okay guys, so now that we are nice and up close and personal and you can see all my imperfections, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on the foundation. So I'm using this Real Techniques makeup sponge, and I got it a little bit damp in the sink and then squeezed out the extra water. It just prevents all the foundation from getting absorbed. This is literally like the same thing as the Beauty Blender. Whoops, just dropped it. And it's way cheaper than the Beauty Blender, so I would really recommend this. You can get it at Ulta. Mine is really dirty. Yeah, I'm just listening to some music while I do this because it's really quiet in my room. If you want to see what the bottle looks like, it's very nice. It's glass. So I'm just shaking this up really well because this is my first time using it, so I just want to make sure that it's ready to go and it's nice and mixed well. And I'm not sure if this is my perfect shade. Oh my gosh, it has a pump. That's amazing. I didn't even know that. Okay. Instantly my review is a lot better because having a pump is just everything. Like, I thought it was going to be one of those ones where you have to like dump it out onto your hand, and that's just a nightmare to deal with, and it's a mess. It's not too thick and it's not too runny, so like, I turn my hand, it is running down a little bit, but like, it's not that bad. So I think the shade is actually pretty good. Usually it's like either too yellow or too pink, and this looks literally perfect. So I'm really excited to see how this looks on my face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying it. I already did my skincare routine and everything. Like, I washed my face and put on moisturizer and stuff, so my skin is ready. I know this looks a little bit light on my skin, but honestly, I think it's just the lighting, and I will blend it down my neck, but I'm just putting it on in like tapping motions. I'm gonna grab a mirror so that I can see a little better. I think it gives pretty good coverage, it looks like, so far. I know it looks really white on my face, but usually I like to go in after I do foundation and put on some bronzer and stuff because it's better to have a foundation that's too light than too dark. Honestly, this was like one of the lightest shades they had. I think it was like the second lightest, so it probably was a little too light for me, but I didn't want to get something that was going to be too dark or too orange looking for my skin, so usually I always just take a risk and go for the lighter option because you can always make it look better with bronzer. And this actually, like, it's really not that bad. Like, I think in the winter this will be the right shade for me. And you really don't need a lot of this stuff, I'm realizing. Like, I think I put on way too much at first. You should be able to get by just fine with probably 1 or 2 pumps. It's a little glowy, but it's not, it just looks like skin, honestly. It's not too matte, it's not too glowy. Okay, so now I don't really need concealer because this gave good enough coverage, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set with a powder. I'm gonna use this Tarte powder foundation that I always use. It's a little bit darker than the foundation that I just used, so I think this will help kind of make the color not as light looking. It'll just kind of help bring some color back to my face. And this is also just gonna keep my makeup in place and like mattify my skin. Okay, see, now I look a lot better. I don't look as white. Burt's Bees did just come out with a new powder as well, but I didn't get that because, I don't know, usually foundation is more interesting for me. Like, a powder is a powder. Usually they're all pretty good, and so I figured it would be better for me to try out the foundation instead of the powder. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. And actually, one more thing, I'm gonna set my face with a translucent powder just so that it really stays matte and in place, just in my T-zone area where I sometimes get a little bit shiny. Okay, now I'm gonna go do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is what it looks like on, and I did the rest of my makeup, so I really like it the way that it turned out. I did my makeup very like natural, like nothing really. Like, I just put on a little bit of eyeshadow and mascara, and I filled in my eyebrows a little bit, stuff, blush, bronzer, but I didn't really do that much with my eye makeup. So I just wanted you guys to really focus on the skin part of it and just actually look at the foundation itself. So I really love that it has a pump. That's an amazing feature. A lot of foundations don't have that, and it's really annoying. So I like that. The packaging is really nice. I love that it's glass. I love that it's not tested on animals and that it has really natural ingredients. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't settle into fine lines or pores, and it doesn't look too cakey or too dry on my skin. It really does not stick to dry patches, which is nice, and it doesn't look too greasy on my face. I think this would be really good for all skin types, not like just oily or just dry. I think this would work for everybody, especially if you have oily skin. Just set it with a powder really well. It does have some oil in it, which isn't the best. I usually try to avoid that. I usually try to get foundations that are oil free just because my skin is very sensitive and it breaks out really easily, but I think this foundation will be okay because it doesn't seem too oily on my skin. Yeah, so I'm gonna read to you a little bit about what this foundation says on the back, on the description. It says, our full coverage mineral formula leaves skin smoother and more radiant with a natural finish that's not heavy or greasy. Our moisturizing foundation instantly hydrates and nourishes skin with meadow foam seed oil, known for its skin moisturizing benefits for naturally beautiful results both inside and out. I think this is going to be a really good foundation for me in the winter because my skin gets a lot more dry. My skin's usually pretty combination, but sometimes it can get oily. Like, girl, it gets oily, especially in the summer. So I don't know how this would be in the summer, so I'll be interested to see. I've had it on for a little while now and it's not getting greasy. The color hasn't oxidized or anything and turned orange. It still looks the same. I am really happy with it. I'd probably rate this like an 8 out of 10. I can't rate it a 10 out of 10 just because I haven't really worn it enough to know, but I just wanted to give you guys my first impression thoughts, and I just wanted to recommend it to you guys and just kind of put out a little bit of a review out there because I know this makeup line is relatively new. I'm sure they'll change some things in the next couple years, but yeah, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be great. I think it's awesome that Burt's Bees is coming out with new products and more products in their line. I also purchased their mascara, which I'll be doing a review on very soon, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. So that's pretty much my full review on the foundation, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you found it helpful. So yeah, definitely go try it out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have any questions, also please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!